I think AJ fell in love with the PowerMax 360, especially during the recovery phase. The main benefit of this is there's no inertia, there's no negative recoil. When you do the same movements with the cables, you have to explode concentrically, and then if you stop, the weight's going to pull you back. The PowerMax 360, the main benefit is he can explode forward concentrically, and then it stops. There's no resistance. So the harder you push, the harder you do the movement, the harder this is. And the other advantage is you can work speed of movement. And if you watch him, he's out of breath. This is something that came in very handy when his wrist was in a cast. We strapped his hand to it, secured it to the PowerMax 360 above where his injury was, so he could do every upper body movement possible in every range of motion with the resistance that was appropriate to how his body felt, with no stress on the wrist. We'll do both legs, which is it's a single leg, same arm. So he has his knee up and his hip at a 90-degree level, knee essentially as high as his hip. So he's getting the balance, the stability. Again, this is a functional recovery day, so he's getting ankle, hip, and knee prehab. At the same time, the harder he punches than pulls, so he's pushing and pulling at the same time. And the harder and the faster movement that it is, the more core stability and strength it requires. As soon as you lose your stability, you lose your power and you're going to lose your speed. On these intervals was a 30-second on, 1 minute off. Then we do a split stance, and now we start bringing back in the dynamic flexibility of his hamstrings and more hip movement, because the hip focus is he'll do 10 punches, 5 each arm, core stability, same drill as before, and then add in a front kick. We're working on the explosiveness with his upper body, keeping his body as stable as possible, and then work on the power in terms of the kick. This is power, so we want him to kick whoever he is through the wall. So he does as quick as he can with the 10 punches, and then a front kick with the right. We did 5 reps on each leg, continuous. Basically, it's a fly and a posterior delt exercise where, as he pulls in with a fly, he pulls in as quick and explosive as he can. As he's pulling out, he's pushing his chest through and working upper back, rhomboids, and posterior delt at the same time. We're working on speed of movement. So again, we're trying to manage how many full range of motion reps he can do in 30 seconds. And then we give him a minute off. And again, set-wise, volume-wise, he'll go 1 to 3 sets. You can do this with resistance bands. You can do it with cables. You can do the same movements with dumbbells. The only difference is usually you're going to be working in one direction and then have to switch, change your position or change your mode of resistance and do it in the other direction. It's just not as efficient, but you can still get the same work in.